A while later, Soldier reports to the king that the demons are tearing through their defenses, and their magic barrier in the northern stronghold won't last much longer. The king becomes furious as he wonders what the blonde hero is doing. The so-called hero has once again locked himself up in the southern stronghold, so the king summons him. King is told that they must assemble all the mages in the kingdom to cast purification, but the king points out that this comes with serious ramifications. Time is running out though, and they can't depend on the hero, so they need the king to make a decision. Elsewhere, the demon lord issues an order to withdraw his troops. Uliminas points out that this would be the perfect time to press their advantage, but the demon lord predicts that the humans will soon use purification and they can't let their troops come into contact with it. We see that the demon lord is correct, as the king and several mages cast a purification spell. Back with our hero, he arrives home to find that Reese is acting even more friendly than normal. Fleo was out looking for shops to sell his gear to, and doing research on how much armor sells for. Bilarai has been thinking about raising horses, so Bilarai can rent them out to pool carts. Bilarai believes it could be a dependable source of income, and she wants to contribute to the household budget. Blossom thinks the same thing, and plans to sell the vegetables from the garden. Balarasa and Belano feel bad for having no talent, and therefore no income, but Reese tells them not to worry. Reese says that taking care of the pack is the job of the pack leader's wife, but Balarasa isn't sure how she feels about being part of a pack. Fleo also tells them not to worry, as the two of them can just focus on improving their combat skills. Back at the castle, we learn that the demon army has retreated because of the purification. The magic will last for 3 months, and the demon army's forces won't be able to go near the purified land until then. The problem is that many of their mages are in coma after having depleted their magic. The king is one of them, so the princess declares that she will carry out his royal duties until the king recovers. Then Princess shocks everyone with her first order, which is to strip the blonde hero status as the kingdom's hero. Their nation is fighting for its life, and the hero has only shed himself in, so it's only right that he loses his status. They don't have enough mages to summon another hero, so the princess decides to consult with the oracle. Then we see that the blonde hero does not take the news well. The hero claims to be the chosen one and declares that they will beg him to come back when the demon lord attacks, but the hero just gets ignored. That night, Fleo points out that Reese has been doing so much, and Reese says that she would do anything for him. Then Fleo tells her just how grateful he is to have her there. It must be hard for her to only be around humans all the time, so Fleo thanked her, but Reese has fallen asleep. Then Fleo thinks about how he was summoned into this world all alone. Fleo credits Reese for helping him make it to the point where he has a home and he can get by. The next day, the girls encourage Fleo and Reese to go on a date. Fleo acts pretty shy about it, but the girls remind him that they are married. On the date, the two enjoy several activities. After a meal, Reese wants to make the best of the time they were given, so they go to the town market. Fleo offers to get her whatever Reese wants because she has been so helpful. Reese reveals that she has never been given a gift before, so Reese excitedly looks for something. Fleo picks out a brooch for her, and he tells her that she looks beautiful. Fleo gets embarrassed though, and says that he was talking about the brooch. That night, the other girls wonder if something is wrong with Reese, as she has been staring at the brooch for hours. It's a sign that their date went well, and all the girls are jealous. Later that night, Fleo was shocked to wake up and find that Reese had made her way into his bed. They had a long day, so Fleo allowed her to stay, but Fleo is sure he won't be able to sleep. Back at the castle, we see that the blonde hero has broken into the treasury. Blonde hero is furious at the princess for stripping him of his role as a hero, but he's glad to hear that Tsuya is still calling him a hero. Tsuya is sure that the hero will return to the role one day, so she will continue serving him. The blonde hero refuses to live as a commoner in this world, so Hero searches for something that will help him to defeat the demon lord. He is the chosen hero, so if he can defeat the demon lord, then he can live the rest of his life as a champion. The blonde hero thinks about how Fleo can use magic he can't, so Hero wishes he had more power. Just then a voice declares that if the hero wants power, then he must set her free. The voice leads him to a secret room, where the voice says that she will grant him any wish Hero may have after he draws a sword. The hero is shocked when Tsuya says that she can't hear the voice, and the voice antagonizes him into drawing the sword. The voice wonders if the hero is scared, but the hero is insulted by the question. The blonde hero draws the sword, and immense power bursts from the mantle. A spirit appears, and she introduces herself as Hia. The hero is the one who freed her, so Hia offers grant 3 of his wishes. Hia promises to grant anything Hero wants, so Hero gets a devious smile on his face as he prepares to ask for his first wish. Elsewhere in the castle, the princess meets with the oracle. The princess explains how dire this situation is, as they need to come up with a solution before the effects of the purification spell wear off. Just then their conversation is interrupted when strange collars appear on everyone's necks. The princess knows what this means, so she sends troops of the treasury to have the intruder apprehended. The oracle explains that the things around the necks are called the collar of sacrifice. There is a certain spirit that grants wishes, but places collars on her victims to remove their heads in exchange. Everyone is shocked as they can't believe that anyone would ever agree to that. The princess reveals that long ago, the king of Clyrode asked the spirit to defeat the demon lord. However, in exchange for granting this wish, it is said that half of all living things on the continent were sacrificed. Then, at the cost of many more sacrifices, all the mages in the kingdom combine their powers to seal the spirit away. Someone has broken the seal and asked the spirit for a wish. Everyone is terrified about their heads being removed, so the princess explains that they only have time until the spirit grants the wish. The princess asks the oracle for a solution, so the oracle does her thing. The oracle reveals that they must find the true hero, and this individual has actually already been summoned. Everyone realizes that this must be the adventure, that the king was trying to recruit him as an ally. The oracle tells them where hero can be found, but the princess does not want to divide their forces that are protecting the land just to go find him. Instead, princess decides that she will go herself. Back with Fleo, we see that he's trying to sell his dragon scale shield. The shop owner is impressed by it and remembers hearing a rumor that a huge amount of dragon meat was brought to the town butcher. Fleo doesn't reveal anything about the dragons, but he does say that his materials came from the same source. The owner is excited to hear this and offers to pay whatever Fleo asks for the shield. In return, he would like for Fleo to bring him any other goods he gets from this source. Fleo agrees, but now Fleo needs a good dealer so he can sell goods that are made from monster. The owner is glad to help him, so he tells him about the other dealers. Balarasa is amazed by Fleo, since he's clearly a man of many skills. Not only Fleo did make a dragon shield, but he even secured a dealer and a steady route to sell more of them. Reese probably explains that Fleo used to be a merchant, so Balarasa envies her for having him as her husband. Reese doesn't like that kind of talk, so Balarasa explains that she just wishes that she had a man like him. Reese tries to make her feel better by pointing out that the demon lord likes her, but this doesn't help. Afterwards, Reese is glad to see Fleo accomplishing so much. However, his working more makes her a bit sad, since they will have less time to spend together. Reese only has one request, so Reese asks that Fleo spend time with her when he has the chance. Fleo agrees to do so, but they're both shocked when Fleo's system warns that there is a spirit approaching. Hia appears before them, so Fleo wonders why Spirit is looking for him. Then we see that the blonde hero wished for the spirit to end Fleo's life for humiliating him. Hia wastes no time as she begins her attack. In order to grant the hero's wish, Fleo's system activates its auto-defense magic, but Reese jumps forward to protect Fleo. Then Fleo is horrified, as Reese ends up taking the attack head-on. Reese begs for Fleo to run, and her brooch is shattered. Hia is disappointed after missing, so she attacks some more. Fleo auto-defense magic protects them, and Fleo can only beg for Reese to be okay. Hia is impressed that Fleo is able to block all her common offensive spells, so Hia prepares to use something more powerful. Reese is in really bad shape, so Fleo tries to use healing magic, but Fleo is horrified when the spell gets cancelled. This is because Reese's injury is beyond the spell's capacity to heal. Unfortunately, there are no spells that can substitute for healing, so Fleo becomes upset when he sees the lifeless expression on Reese's face. Hia uses a spell called Origin of Light to deal massive damage, but once again Hia is impressed when they are unharmed. Just then Fleo's system announces that Fleo has acquired the Origin of Light and Darkness magic. Then Balarasa is shocked when she hears how furious Fleo is when he tells Hia that she will pay. And that's where today's episode ends. Fleo was willing to endure anything, but the moment Reese was hurt, everything changed. Next time, the calm merchant reveals the fury of a man pushed too far. Before you go, friends, we've started a membership program for true fans, where you'll get early access to videos, exclusive recaps, and shout-outs in our uploads. Check the link in the description if you'd like to join the family. If you enjoyed this recap, drop a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss what happens next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.